The Codeo's suggestion was that these individuals should voluntarily resign themselves because they didn't see the possibility of the president revoking the appointment because he has power to do so. They were pointed to the fact that these things can actually be a process for a court. In this country, one of the grounds for dismissal of an MD of a state-owned media organization is discovery of partisanship. This is an independent constitutional body. Do you think the approach that the NDC is taking will yield any results?
Well, I mean, when I was not fully versed with the legalities of this issue, but when this discussion started, I quickly started looking at the constitutional provisions and the statutory provisions on the removal of commissioners, members of the Electoral Commission, and the power, the role of the Council of State will seem to be extinguished once they have expressed their opinion on whether the person is fit for office or not. I think there's a political weight that will come if the Council of State came out and said, actually, on reflection, we were not aware of ABCD when we offered an opinion that this person is fit for a particular role, and therefore we regret. I mean, so that would be a political intervention. But given the political culture in this country, where key institutions unfortunately fall in line behind the ruling party and the executive on key issues, I mean, that would be an earthquake. And I don't expect, that anything of the sort is likely to happen. So the president was being deliberately narrow-minded in focusing on qualification, because the law talks about being qualified to be a member of parliament and a Ghanaian citizen and so on. But you know what? I mean, every public officer, the nature of the role that the person would perform creates a gray zone, of principles about how to build legitimacy and public confidence in the office. And those are not narrowly legal, although I think the points made by both Steve and Ken about the traditions of conflict of interest, the traditions about the exercise of discretion, because the president has a discretion.
Did we lose Dr. Yao Graham? Doc, I don't know if you have mistakenly tapped on your microphone. We can't hear you.
Sorry.
Hello, Dr. Yao Graham. I think if you can hear us, please quickly rectify your situation, because we want to come to you to look at the gold
issues
situation.
Being raised here are very important. I mean, so...
Oh, his line is getting bad. Okay, now his line is off. So this is what I'll do. I'll take a quick break. We'll return to deal with the matter of illicit gold, Ghana being a major transit point, and mirroring that on the... Okay, Dr. Yao Graham is back. Please, we lost you.
Let me wrap up. So
right.
Basically, I think going forward, this has brought back again the issue of establishing some clear principles about the exercise of discretion by people when it comes to appointment, clear rules about conflict of interest, because we have a number of instances where people have been declared not to have a conflict of interest simply because they are technically qualified for a role and so on. And given that there's the degradation of public office which is taking place in so many years, I think this is a key issue politically and also legally for all of our citizens to drive around going forward.
Okay, but you talk about exercise of discretion and the need for, some laws around that. Which law is bigger than the Constitution? And the Constitution is very clear.
The Constitution has a exercise of discretion. and he must the fair-mindedness and so on and so forth.
He must not be capricious.
Yeah. So these are bases, but I've forgotten there's a particular Supreme Court decision which have been kind of decried by people as having the potential of narrowing that.
Okay.
But the discretionary power, the conflict of interest principles, these are two key things which are restraints on power.
All right.
In every situation, which have to be developed as well, but a kind of administrative law regime, which guides the use of power.
Thank you very much, Dr. Yao Graham. We'll be back shortly.